Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It feels really crazy to say, but I am going to be a University of Cambridge student for the day. If you're new here, I'm a recent criminology master's graduate who is currently in the process of assembling all of her PhD applications to study next year. And recently I was accepted onto the University of Cambridge's AIM PhD programme, which is basically a 6-month mentoring programme designed to support prospective students applying for a Cambridge PhD. If you've been following me for the last 2 or 3 years now, you'll know that I got offered a scholarship to study at the University of Cambridge for my master's. Okay, I'm gonna click it. Oh my god. Dear Miss Corley, congratulations, we'd like to make you a conditional offer to study at the University of Cambridge as a postgraduate student. Oh my god, I got in, but didn't choose to go in the end. However, I would absolutely love to study there for my PhD. So I'm super excited to see what it's all about. Over the next few months, I'm going to be getting tailored support from the admission staff and current students. I'm going to have a mentor who I hopefully will get to meet today. Part of the programme allows you to visit the university for the day, and today's the day. I don't know the full rundown, but from the looks of it, they're going to be showing us around the different colleges, the main university library, I think even the criminology department. So yeah, big day. It's about a 2-hour car journey from my house to Cambridge, so let's get on the road. Arrived in Cambridge and we are heading off to the student services to get me all signed in.
The chapels, they get very competitive over who has the nicest one. King's College Chapel is quite famous because that's where they have the Christmas BBC special, and they have the King's College Choir who performs. You can sign up to be in choirs from other colleges as well. After lunch, we all split off to spend the rest of our day with our mentor. As my mentor's college is Newnham, she first gave me a tour of the college, and honestly guys, when I tell you I'm obsessed with Newnham, it's an understatement. Not only are their grounds and library absolutely stunning, but they're one of Cambridge's female-only colleges and has a brilliant feminist history, which is just me to a T. We then toured a few of the libraries that the university has to offer, including the main one, which apparently houses Darwin's original manuscripts. Also, did you know that the university has around 130 individual libraries? I then got to visit the criminology department, where by complete surprise, I ended up meeting 2 potential PhD supervisors who were so lovely. We then headed over to King's College and its chapel, which by the way is such a famous college that it has its own visitor centre, which is crazy. Before saying goodbye to my mentor, I finished the visit day by having a free Jack's Gelato, which was so nice at the university. Apparently, Jack's Gelato is a Cambridge must. And because we didn't want to leave, my mum and I decided to wander around the city centre for a bit before heading home. Looks so bedraggled from the rain. Hey guys, so it's actually been a few months since I visited Cambridge for the day, and I've got a few of you guys interested in studying at Cambridge and interested in what it's like to apply for a PhD. I thought to quickly do a little Q&A to answer a few of the burning questions you may have. So firstly, what is the AIM PhD programme? I really want to clarify here that while I have been accepted onto the University of Cambridge's AIM PhD programme, that is not the same thing as actually doing a PhD at the university. The AIM programme is basically a mentoring programme. Very often when it comes to PhDs and doctoral studies, you will hear the words PhD programme, so that's why I just want to clear up that this is the mentoring programme that is going to get me onto the actual PhD programme. I haven't started my PhD yet. I realised when I announced the news back in July that I was accepted onto this programme, I was like, oh god, people are going to end up thinking that I have had a formal offer from the university. But yeah, despite the whole confusion about PhD programmes, the AIM mentoring programme is really what it says on the tin. It's a 6-month-long programme designed to basically prepare you to apply for a PhD. So you get paired up with a mentor, you have group sessions with the admissions team on things like colleges, funding, the actual application itself, and all of this is specifically designed to ensure that underrepresented groups can still access and apply to Cambridge. It's completely free. I know when you have institutions like Cambridge and Oxford, there's typically an application fee that ranges from £20 to about £75. So this leads me on very nicely to the second question, which is how do you apply for the AIM programme? I think from memory I applied early May of this year, and then at the start of July I found out that I got accepted with an official start date to the course towards the end of July / early August. And like I said before, this runs for 6 months, so this will finish in January when you have interviews. So if you're interested in applying, all you need to do is be eligible for their criteria and fill out a quick application form as to why you're interested in taking part in the AIM programme and what you would like to do in regards to your actual PhD. This is so they can match you up with the best mentor possible. In my case, since I want to do a PhD in criminology and I'm interested in doing research around gender-based violence, they matched me up with a mentor who was also in the criminology department, currently in her 4th year of her PhD, and spookily enough, she's also doing a PhD on gender-based violence, so it literally has been a match made in heaven. What has been my experience of the AIM PhD programme so far? So like I said, it's been about 2 months since I started the AIM PhD programme, and honestly, I couldn't recommend it more if you are someone who is interested in applying to a PhD at Cambridge and comes from an underrepresented group. The Cambridge Visit Day was honestly so cool to be able to walk around and just visualise what life would be like, and to even just be able to access that space, you know, especially since so far in my experience, Cambridge hasn't offered in-person postgraduate open days. So it was really amazing to be able to get to experience those things that you normally do on an open day. Like I said, my mentor has been absolutely brilliant. In the AIM PhD programme, you meet with your mentor at least once a month. They basically dedicate about 4 hours to you each month, and you both can decide what that looks like. Alongside this, I've also had a few group sessions. I think I've had about 3 so far, and honestly, they've just been excellent. I feel like I've come away a lot more informed about what exactly I need to do and when I need to do it, because
especially when it comes to applying for a PhD at Cambridge. There's so much prep that goes into it and so much to think about, and obviously you want to get it right. One group session in particular that was really helpful was the applying for a humanities PhD session, where I basically had the director of the Institute of Criminology come along and answer our questions, and that was just so helpful, especially since I'm literally applying to do a criminology PhD. So to literally have that like level of tailored support and to be able to ask him directly the burning questions I had, it was just so helpful. Is AIM PhD a program that Cambridge only have to offer? I think when it comes to being a program that's specifically designed to help you apply for a PhD program, I want to say yeah. I know the University of Oxford offers something very similar called Unique, which is basically a free summer school where you can go along and get to experience what it's like to be an Oxford student. However, I think that is more catered towards getting to explore Oxford and the university, whereas this program is specifically designed to help you with your applications. I do also want to point out that the AIM PhD program isn't the university's only mentoring program. They also have a master's, which is, as it says on the tin, is designed for those who are interested in applying for MPhil courses. However, I do want to point out that that is only for selected arts and humanities courses. And lastly, after visiting Cambridge in person, how do I feel about applying? I want to say excited. I think before I did the visit day, I've mentioned this in previous videos, but the application process has kind of felt a bit daunting and, you know, isolating because there aren't many PhD applicants that I know. Whereas after I did the Cambridge visit day, I just got so excited. It can be so easy to get wrapped up in that stress of applying for a PhD, and I feel like the visit day kind of restored the magic element. Also, since during the day I got to meet some of my fellow peers who are taking part in the AIM program, I feel like I've come away knowing a lot more people who are not just applying for a PhD but also applying to Cambridge, and it definitely makes me feel a lot less alone. So those are all the questions I'm going to answer today. If you do have any other questions that you'd like me to answer, please feel free to comment them down below and I will get back to you. But yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said a second ago, it was just so exciting to be able to go and visit Cambridge and manifest that I was a student for the day. If you would like to see how the PhD application process has been for me so far, I have started a new series on my channel called the PhD Application Diaries, and so far I've got about 2 or 3 vlogs up, so make sure to check them out. But other than that, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you next time for another video. Bye!